Can a person be conversational in Italian in 90 days? That's what we're going to find out. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew, living here in Japan, and when I first came, I just fell in love with learning Japanese. And I thought it was maybe just Japanese, but it was the process of learning language. The ability to be able to communicate to someone else, have a long conversation with them, when maybe you would never be able to do that if you hadn't learned that language. It's like unlocking new friends in a video game. It's like finding that ally to join you on a journey that could have never been made possible if you didn't take that first step to learn the new language. So after learning Japanese, I thought maybe let's start trying some other languages. And I did a little bit of this one here. Maybe let's try a little bit of this one. And it was really hard to make that process, that journey stick, unless I had accountability. And that, I think, is the key to what makes this work. Someone to push me forward. And that's what's happened recently as I've been witnessing my friend Dave and his journey in Japanese. He is disciplined, and he's been at it for about 5 months now, and I kept saying in the beginning of those 5 months, yeah, I'm gonna join you someday. Newsflash, that someday doesn't come unless you take that first step. So this video is out there for the Hiroshima Polyglot members or anyone else who'd like to join me on this journey of learning Italian. I took my first step about 3 weeks ago, and on that day, day one, I was planning to make you a video, 3 weeks too late, but here I am. I wasn't able to say any more words than anyone else. The typical things like ciao, buongiorno, cappuccino, pizza, Mario. Yeah, you get the idea. I started on March 25th, and in 90 days, at the end of June, I want to be able to hold a 10 to 15 minute conversation in Italian. So how will I do it? I will have 3 to 4 daily tasks that I would like to do that do not take too much extra time. I think that's the key to the success, is I'm already a busy person, and I know that if it takes too much extra time, it won't happen. I'll have a bad day, and then I won't be able to continue. Study task 1, Italian Uncovered. Italian Uncovered is an online course for beginners focused on story reading. The online course has a story of friends going on a journey together, and that story is broken up into 20 chapters. And through each chapter, you listen to the audio, you go through the original language, and then you can look at the English translation, and then they break apart the pronunciation, the grammar, the vocabulary, and you can take quizzes at the end. Step 2, Anki. Anki is an SRS system, which is a spaced repetition system, and you learn flashcards or vocabulary words or sentences when you need to learn them. So if you feel like you've gotten the word down, you can hit OK, and it won't show it to you for another certain amount of days. And the more you hit OK, the farther away that card will be pushed away, and you won't see it as often because you are supposed to be learning it. Now, Anki, I was inspired through my friend Dave, who had been doing it every day with his Japanese kanji. Of course, he had his own program, but for me, I'm going to be going through Italian Uncovered, and I will be using those sentences that I learn in this course, and I will be putting them into Anki. Anki for me is something that I want to do every day no matter what. It takes about 20 minutes, and if I can, I want to do it in the morning, and if I can't, I will do it at night before bed. As long as I get my Anki done, I feel like I did my Italian bare minimum study for the day. Now, getting in the extra study for the Italian Uncovered course, I think is going to be key. Step 3, Pimsleur's Italian. Now, again, I want this to be natural and not take up too much time, so what I have found recently that has been very helpful is to learn in the shower. Mia nonna è passa. learning Italian while I am in the shower, which is something I have to do every day, is one way that I can study Italian without adding extra time to study Italian into the schedule. So I am going through level 1 right now. It's a 30-minute lesson, and there are 30 lessons in level 1. Now, I don't take a 30-minute shower, but I do try to listen to 10 minutes or more each time I do shower. And then when I'm walking to work or traveling to other places, it is a great thing to practice the Italian that I've already been studying in the online course and in Anki. Throughout these 90 days, I would love to get through level 1 and level 2 of Pimsleur's Italian. Step 4, Italki. Once a week, I would like to review everything that I've been studying with an Italian teacher online. I did a 30-minute lesson just once already in the 3 weeks that I've just started, but I was trying to build up my base of vocabulary before having a lesson with a teacher. It was rough, but I did figure out a lot of the pronunciation mistakes I was making, as I had not been speaking up to this point. But yes, I highly recommend Italki for finding a cheap tutor online. If you want to find a language teacher in person, there are some great schools I would recommend here in the area I live, or you can just get on Google and search for those. Step 5, and probably my lowest priority, is once a week, if I have the chance to watch a Netflix show in Italian, that would be incredible. Now there's this program called Learning Language with Netflix, LLN. It's a Chrome extension that you can install into your Chrome browser, and with it, you can actually watch Netflix programs. You have to have a subscription to Netflix, of course, and with the free version, you're able to see subtitles to that program, and you have hotkeys to where you can go back and forth just for the dialogue lines. And if you hover over the word and click on it even, it will show you a definition for that word in the language of your choice. It's amazing. It opened my eyes, and I used it when I was studying Spanish. Casa de Papel is one of my favorite Spanish programs, and I highly recommend checking it out if you're learning Spanish. So on that note, if you know any Italian programs that you would recommend to me that I would like, definitely let me know in the comments. So I'm 3 weeks late to making this video, so I'm not going to show you how far I made it in Italian yet, but I'm going to put myself out there at the end of month 1, and yes, public shaming is a thing. So that is my accountability with you, and maybe it will help you, but mostly it's to help me continue strongly on this journey going forward. I think the key is being able to study naturally and not taking too much extra time by combining studying opportunities with the daily things that you're already doing. Back to goals. I would love to get through Olly's Uncovered course in 90 days, but it is pretty intense, and I don't know if I have the time for it, but if I could get through 15 of those 20 chapters by the end of June, that would be great. Raising my vocabulary to over 1,000 words, I think is very possible at the pace that I'm studying new words on Anki. And with 1,000 new words, they say that I will be able to understand almost 80% of spoken language. I think I'm going to avoid words like vegetables and silverware and some of the things that you might learn in the very first few lessons of basic language learning, and focus more on having a fun conversation. And that's why I like this Italian Uncovered course and think that it's going to help me go really far and be able to communicate with my friends. Input, input, input. That is the key for me. And I don't think I'm going to focus really hard on grammar. One of the key points of the Italian Uncovered story is to do this story uncovering. And as I read and hear more of the story, I think there are some grammar lessons in this course, but I'm not going to stress too much about getting them perfect before moving on. In the next video, I would like to assess the progress that I've been doing and if I think I need to make some changes or not. If you have any suggestions for me, that would be great. I mentioned before that I'm looking for Netflix suggestions, but if you have an Italian podcast or some sort of online Italian newsletter or something that you found useful, Definitely let me know in the comments. And by the way, I don't know if I said it in detail before, but the shower speaker I have is phenomenal. You're not gonna stick your iPhone in the shower, right? Get a waterproof speaker for $20 or $30 and use it in the shower. Highly recommend it. So that's it. These are the tasks and goals that I have. And for that 10 to 15 minute Italian conversation, I would love to have it with my Italian friend who has a YouTube channel, Dario.
Buongiorno da Polentone in Giappone, come state? Intanto vi ricordo subito di iscrivermi al mio canale, Polentone in Giappone.
Polentone in Giappone. That's right, all you Polentones, watch out, I'm coming for you. Give me some encouragement in the comments because I'll need it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. 90 days of full power. Here we go.
Seguite Jalapone in Giappone.
Jalapeno. Polentone in Giappone.
Polentone?
In Giappone.
Polentone in Giappone.
Okay? Okay, seguite